A teenager who murdered 3 members of his family and also planned to carry out.
Seen here with a plank of wood, he mimics using a shotgun.
In the meantime, we turn now to the other developing story at this hour and what authorities are now saying about motive in the deadly school shooting 24 hours ago in Madison, Wisconsin.
At this time, it appears that the motive was a combination.
You think you've seen everything the internet has to offer, but there's a site out there that's darker than you can imagine. It's not hidden. You don't need the dark web. No paywall, no age verification. It's called Watch People Die, and millions of people used it. Murder, executions, suicides, all in uncensored video form. And users didn't just watch, they reacted, rated, and shared. This is the story of a website that desensitized a generation. And reportedly,
tonight, police trying to find out what drove a 15-year-old Natalie Rupnow, seen here in a recent Facebook photo, smiling and hugging a dog, to bring a gun to the Abundant Life School Monday morning and kill a teacher and a fellow student.
Inspired a 15-year-old school shooter to cross the threshold from viewing horror to creating it. Watch People Die wasn't a rumor. It wasn't some hidden dark web portal. It was public, searchable, accessible with a simple Google search. Its front page didn't warn you, it invited you in. Videos of ISIS beheadings, self-immolations, people setting themselves on fire, gruesome car crash victims in the last seconds of life, executions in prisons, footage of shootings caught on CCTV, complete with the moment the victim hit the floor. And below each video, the most chilling part, a comment section, where anonymous users rated the footage, talked about the technique of the killing, and laughed. One of those users was a UK teenager named Nicholas Prosper.
Prosper then heads in the direction of his former primary school. Seen here with a plank of wood, he mimics using a shotgun.
His username appeared under videos of war executions, mass shootings, even suicide streams. He often counted kills in the comments, praising the perpetrators. This wasn't a one-time visit, this was an obsession. And in December 2024, that obsession would boil over into reality. December 18th, 2024. In a quiet home in Britain, Prosper picked up a knife. He stabbed his own mother again and again until her body went limp. Then he turned to his 2 younger siblings. When police arrived, they found a crime scene straight out of the very videos Prosper had watched. The investigators would later discover his browser history. Hours upon hours spent on Watch People Die. Footage bookmarked, threads saved, and in his private messages, friends recall him describing wanting to see it for himself. This wasn't ideology. This wasn't revenge. It was the thrill of violence. And the terrifying truth? He was far from the only one affected this way. Watch People Die wasn't the first site to thrive on this kind of horror. In the early 2000s, there was Ogreish.com, a gore archive infamous for hosting 9/11 jumper videos, combat beheadings, dismemberments, and fatal accident footage. Its tagline, "Can't handle the truth? Don't click." But people clicked anyway, millions of them. Some even recorded themselves reacting to the carnage, turning human suffering into twisted entertainment. Then there was Boys Town, hidden in the dark web, dedicated to something even worse, the exploitation of children. By the time it was taken down in 2021, it had over 400,000 registered users. The site was structured like a normal forum. Categories, moderators, badges, except the content was criminal, unforgivable, and devastatingly real. And while Boys Town existed in the shadows, Watch People Die was right in the open. No encryption, no secrecy. Just death, one click away. But here's the truly disturbing part. These sites don't exist because one person built them. They survive because thousands, sometimes millions, keep them alive. Every click, every view, every comment is a vote to keep the horror going. And that raises a terrifying question. Why? To answer that, we need to talk about the internet's darkest truth. How does something like this happen? How do these sites exist for so long? The internet was built on anonymity. You can be anyone, say anything, do anything, and no one will ever really know who you are. Some people seek community, others seek chaos. Sites like 8chan became known for hosting shooter manifestos, killers announcing their plans, then live streaming the act. And though the infamous Red Rooms streaming live torture are mostly an urban legend, the myth alone kept people searching for them. The promise of forbidden footage was enough to fuel the hunt. These websites aren't just digital archives, they're mirrors. They show us our worst impulses, and sometimes they push us to act them out. When murder footage becomes a meme, when execution videos get likes, it changes something inside us. So next time you hear, "I can't believe somebody watched that," ask yourself, what if the watchers are still out there waiting? Because some pages deserve never to be clicked, and some horrors should have stayed offline.